everybody. Rob here from More Music and moremusicguitars.com in wonderful Evansville, Indiana. Glad you can join me. So one of the funnest things about, actually there's a lot of fun things about working at More Music, but one of the funnest things is getting to play around with the new gear when it comes in. And we're always we're always learning, which is a lot of fun. It keeps every new day interesting. But I'm playing around with some new gear today, checking out some of the Victory amps. In particular today, the RD1. I gotta say, I really like this amp. This is right up my alley. It's everything that, at this stage of my life, I'm getting ready to turn 45. I don't enjoy lugging the big heavy stuff around anymore. So I'm always kind of keeping an eye out for something that packs a big punch, that sounds like a big amp, but maybe in a smaller package that I don't have to add to the lower back pain with. I really dig this amp, and one of the things, if you don't know who Rob Chapman is, this is a signature amp, Rob Chapman, that he designed with Victory. He's one of the guys over in Great Britain associated with Andertons. If you watch a lot of YouTube guitar videos, they make a lot of great ones. We watch them here at More Music. We love those guys. Rob also plays, among all the other things he does, he plays in a band over in England. He's the lead singer and a guitar player. And he just really wanted something that was going to be versatile, something that could be a great bedroom amp, but could also pack a punch at a rehearsal and even be an amp that you could gig with full bore. But it had to be small, it had to be lightweight. And he picked red because basically as a theft deterrent. You don't see a lot of red amps, and in a dark club you can pick yours out really quick and see it if it's on its way out the door with someone who's getting ready to steal it. So that's kind of the story behind the red from what I understand, but it's a really cool look. I dig red, and again it kind of looks different than some of the other stuff that's out there. But this amp, it is small, it is lightweight, it is all tube. It's really simple, and man, I can't tell you how much I dig that. That's kind of always been my thing with a good amp. I don't have a lot of patience, so if I can quickly get the sound I want out of it without having to turn a bunch of knobs, I'm into it. And I really found that with this amp. It's a single channel amp, 28 watts, but you can power it down into a low watt setting of 2 watts. And I tell you, that's great for, again, if you're at home in your apartment or in your bedroom and you want to have your tone, but you need to have it in a lower volume stage, you just drop this amp down into the low 2 watt setting and it still sounds great. Otherwise, full bore with this knob up to the high output, you're running 28 watts. And don't let that fool you. This amp will tear your face off. I'm not kidding. Again, it is a single channel amp, and it can go from pretty clean. It does. I got to tell you, it doesn't clean completely up, but it'll go from pretty clean to full bore. It's not a high gain amp, if you will, like oversaturated, but it gets a lot of distortion. So we're just going to play a little bit. In my intro, I was playing my trusty PRS guitar. For this segment of the video, I'm playing a different guitar just to kind of change it up, to give you an idea of some of the different, what a different guitar is going to sound like in this amp. Today, with this guitar right here, this is the new Fender American Elite Series in a new color. This is the Ocean Turquoise with the striped or streaked ebony fingerboard. The 4th generation noiseless pickups with the Shawbucker in the bridge. Really cool guitar. It's got locking tuners. And it's even got the little secret button here when you need just a little bit more. Maybe you've got another guitar player on stage and you're exchanging licks or something like that, and you just want that little edge above the guy next to you. It's got the little secret button right here. It's kind of cool. But anyway, back to the amp. So right now I've still got the settings that I had in the intro. So let's kind of go through what that is, and then we'll turn some knobs and kind of see what kind of different sounds we can get out of this amp. So we're running the full 28 watts in the high output mode. And let's just start over here with the gain, and we'll work our way from left to right. So gain is about, the 1, 2, probably between 1 and 2 o'clock position. I'm not full tilt with the gain. Here in a minute, we'll go more, we'll go less, and see what that sounds like. But I'm at about the 2 o'clock position on the gain. The next little switch I have here is a bright switch, and I do have it enabled. We'll see what it sounds like disabled here in a minute. Contour. Okay, contour is your EQ. Instead of having a low, mid, and a high, this contour button, this is just one knob that sweeps the gamut, man, and I really dig it. It goes from really bright to kind of where I have it now, which is kind of that scooped mid kind of sound. It gives me a little bit more low end, a little less high end. That's just me, that's what I like. I grew up playing in the guitar in the 80s, so I dig that scoop sound. That's just where I come from. The next button here is a deep button, and when they say deep, they mean it. When you enable this thing, which it is enabled, you get a really fat low end. If you don't like as much of that low end, you can disable that. That cleans it up real nice. Again, we'll see what that sounds like. And then you've just got master volume, and my master volume is at about the 1 o'clock position. But I tell you, you get to about the 3 o'clock position on that master volume, and your face literally starts to melt. I'm not kidding. So anyway, that's where the intro was. Let's again just kind of see what that sounds like. Okay, so let's just play with the gain setting for a little bit, all right? We'll go more gain and then we'll go less gain. What I really like about the gain doesn't change the volume at all. So while keeping your master volume the same, you can just kind of dial in how little or how much of the gain that you want without changing the volume setting, which is really nice. All right, so that's kind of messing with the gain staging a little bit. So I'm going to kind of go back to the gain that I had it at. Remember, we had it at about the, I don't know, about the 2 o'clock position. With the master at about the 1 o'clock position. Kind of back to our original setting. So now let's see what this bright switch does. Right now it's enabled. Here it is disabled. Now you can kind of hear the difference there. So we are now back in the enabled position. So now let's mess with the contour a little bit. And again, this is your EQ feature. Right now I've got it scooped. I'm going to go back, and it's going to get brighter as I dial it back towards the bright position, and then we'll come back. me, I find the sweet spot is kind of between the 1 and maybe the 4 o'clock positions. That's kind of in that range is what my ears like to hear, but you may be different. All right, so let's move over here to the deep control. Right now it is enabled, so I'm getting the deep sound out of this. You're going to miss it when I turn it off, I promise you. That's the deep. Pretty killer. Like I said, I miss it. Anytime I turn it off, I have to dial it right back in. And then, of course, we're just master volume, and that's it. And again, trust me when I say about the 3 o'clock position, your face will literally melt off your skull. Okay, so really that's it. Really simple, quick, easy. I like it that way. I like just being able to quickly dial. I found that within literally a minute of plugging into the RD1, I got the sound I was looking for. It was that quick, and I could just leave it and go. So let's hear what, again, we've been in the high output mode the whole time, so we've been hearing the full 28 watts. I'm going to leave it where it is now, and I'm just going to kick it down to the 2-watt setting. You should notice that really the tone stays the same. Our volume is going to drop to more of a bedroom type volume. So in the intro, the only other thing I had going is I had an MXR carbon copy, and it's running through the effects loop. I'm going to turn that back on, but these amps have an effects loop, and there's a mix on the back of the amp. There's a mix control associated with the effects loop, so you can really dial in or out how much of the effects that are in the loop that you want mixed into your signal. Right now I've got it completely dimed out. I want all of my delay, and then I can just control how much of the delay from the pedal, but you may experiment with that and come up with something that you like best. So let me turn on the carbon copy. Okay, so I brought my coworker Shane in, and I've kind of set him up here. So we've been checking out the Victory RD1. Shane obviously knows a little bit about this amp, but he hasn't had a chance to play it yet, so he's kind of flying blind. I'm gonna, with us communicating, we're gonna see how quickly we can dial in a tone that would be suitable for him. So, all right, so just give me what you got here. So we're full high output right now. We've got quite a bit of gain here. Let's just see what you got. So what do you want? You want more of anything, less of anything?
I would need a little more, maybe high ends.
Okay.
A little bit less mids.
Okay. All right. Keep on. Yeah. And what else?
If you have like a bright switch, or I feel like it's a little dark right now.
Okay. Okay. All right. Play. All right. Did that get you where you wanted?
It like opened up for me.
That was the contour, literally going from about the 2 o'clock position to the 11 o'clock position.
Oh wow.
That's your EQ.
I didn't even look at this.
That's your EQ right there.
Okay.
There is no bass, mid, and treble. It's just a contour button, so you go all the way from really bright. For me, I like it right about there. Kind of got that scooped sound. Go ahead and play a little bit. And this is where you said you liked it, right?
Probably
here.
a little bit more.
A little bit more bright?
A little bit more bright,
okay,
yeah.
keep playing. The other thing I can do is I've got the deep switch activated right now.
Okay.
So it's adding a certain low end to it.
Yeah.
When you start playing, I'll take that out and see what you think about that.
I'm gonna play the same riff so I can kind of hear how it's changing.
All right.
So what if we...
So we have the bright switch activated,
Okay.
which it has been this whole time.
Okay.
And then we just deactivated the deep switch.
What if we kept the deep switch but pulled this back a smidge?
Okay.
Like that.
Keep the deep off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like I like that right there.
Okay.
And then probably turn it up a lot more and then have the amp like...
Okay. All right, play.
Yeah, that's probably where I would have it.
Okay.
Yeah,
that didn't take us.
cool.
I mean, that didn't take us long at all to get there, did it?
Yeah,
It's
this is
pretty
also
easy.
my first time ever even, plugging into this amp.
Yeah.
So, I think it's cool that it's so simple and you get to just basically kind of blend the contours.
Yeah.
Fast.
I mean, I
Yeah.
love how simple it is. I mean,
Yeah.
to me anymore, less is more. And if I can, get quickly, I mean, in my video, I quickly got my sound, but we quickly went from my sound to your sound with very little effort.
Okay, so let me play the same riff on my sound.
Okay.
And then dial it right back to yours.
Okay.
And I'll just keep playing.
All right.
All right. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
I feel like on your setting, it kind of has like some more low end, like the cabinet is like freaking out more.
Yeah.
You know, but I like mine a little bit too though, because it kind of has like the higher end frequency of like the sonic real estate, because the bass player will obviously take the low end.
Yeah.
But I like when the cabinet reacts to the head.
And
so.
you know, that's a good point, because I may like that much low end here in this room.
Yeah.
But if I get on stage and I'm playing with the band, I may dial some of that back out.
Yeah.
You know, but that's how quick and easy it is to do.
So
it.
this is the bright switch, and this is the deep.
This is bright, which has been activated the whole time, and this is the deep. Yeah.
Which they're both activated.
Yes. Now they are both activated.
Okay. Yeah, immediately I could just hear it kind of react more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
All right. Well, man, thanks for joining us.
Hey,
I
no
appreciate
problem.
it. Helps to get another perspective in the videos.
Thanks, guys.
So, that's the Victory RD1 in red. Now, if you don't dig the red, you can get the BD1, which is the exact same amp for the exact same price, just in black. So there you have it. I'm Rob from More Music and More Music Guitars in Evansville, Indiana. We've been checking out a couple of the Victory amps. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let us know. And always check out the website, moremusicguitars.com. We'll see you next time. Wow, that was fantastic. What did you guys think?
Spectacular.
You know, there's more of that to come, but you have to subscribe right now.
Woo!